Just like that, we are at the end of the third week in January. Time really waits on no man. So we encourage you to make the most of each day. Dedicate your time to things that will uplift you and those around you. After all, we are still working to make our island home the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. So happy you could join us here on Jamaica Magazine. I'm Adrian Atkinson. An informative show awaits, so stay with us.
Jamaica, I can help you protect our citizens.
Jamaica Eye will play a part in increasing your public safety.
Jamaica Eye is part of an island-wide network of camera surveillance systems designed to increase the safety of you, our citizens. If you have a camera system outside your home or office facing a public space, log on to jamaicaeye.gov.jm today. Jamaica Eye, we're all connected. The Ministry of National Security, creating a safer and prosperous Jamaica.
Numerous sporting equipment donated to 7 sporting disciplines and over 400 local athletes traveling to China for training over a period of 3 years. These and more made possible through a technical sports cooperation agreement between our government and its Chinese counterpart. Learn more in this next feature.
It all started with the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding and letters of exchange in 2017. Then, in January 2018, the first delegation of Chinese coaches landed on the island to assess certain national teams and collaborate with local coaches and administrators. This was the beginning of the Technical Sports Cooperation Program with the People's Republic of China and Jamaica. Under the program, more than 400 local athletes will travel to China for training over 3 years, and equipment will be donated to 7 sporting disciplines from the Chinese government. For year 1 of the program, 138 athletes, coaches, and managers from Jamaica traveled to China in the summer of 2018 for intensive training. The sporting disciplines represented were badminton, synchronized swimming, women's football, women's basketball, swimming, volleyball, and gymnastics.
I can truly say that this project is bearing fruit. The work ethic of the athletes in this project has improved significantly. They had to work very, very hard.
I came to China trying to focus on my turns and my weak areas, and I came here and I've executed all that, so I'm glad.
The process has been very good. It has been a learning process for both the coaches and the students. We have been doing new techniques, focusing on strength training and adapting to the high altitude that we have here, and that has helped our swimmers immensely.
They are very talented. They have big potential, and the best thing I see inside of them is they stay positive and they have faith.
It's been really, really great. A very good experience. It's been very, very difficult, challenging, the breathing, everything. The program itself, it's the variety of everything. It's been a great experience.
I try harder every day to make improvements on what I did yesterday. I'm more dedicated and disciplined in the sport.
I have learned a lot, so trust me, because volleyball here in China is completely different, or let me say in Asia is completely different from in the Caribbean. So technique-wise, I've learned a lot, especially with hitting, serving, and how to deal with beginners compared to those who are already aware of the skills in volleyball, so it has been very good.
In addition to the beneficial training of the teams and coaches in China, a number of local coaches also benefited from clinics here in Jamaica, and a gym was completely outfitted for gymnastics.
On behalf of the government and people of Jamaica, I want to express our sincere gratitude to the government and people of the People's Republic of China for the equipment. We thank you so much.
For year 2 of the program, which was launched on January 2, 2019, a second batch of Chinese coaches arrived in the island to undertake 34 days of training. But that's not all. Sports Minister Oliver Grange has announced that negotiations are ongoing with China to finalize an agreement that will complement the current program.
Those negotiations include: 1, training of other teams in China, possibly to include winter sports teams, field events athletes, particularly in the throws, triathletes, water polo.
The negotiations also include training of Chinese sprint athletes in Jamaica, redevelopment of national infrastructural sports facilities, training of athletes in China for 3 months instead of 2 months. Government also wants to arrange the dispatch of Chinese coaches to Jamaica for 2 or 3 months rotation period, and for provisions to be made for local medical personnel, massage physiotherapists, and chefs to accompany our delegation to China for training.
As a minister, you can be assured of my continued support for the development and advancement of sport in Jamaica.
As we welcome in a new year of 2019, we are very confident that with more joint and concerted effort and closer collaboration, together we can make a lot of things happen to benefit both countries and peoples. When the program is done, I'm confident also that we will have a lot more friendship ambassadors for both countries.
Let's get together and feel alright.
New Year, new law. It's day 19 of 2019, and for some, the new year just stepped right out of the shower. For you, it's just another year, another day, while others have planned and started to live toward this new vision of self. New year, new law, as we say. A New Year's resolution, the decision taken to approach life from another angle, to put you first, to quit a bad habit, to be resilient, mend broken relationships. This New Year, New Law idea is the foundation and vision of one's 365. That is, for those who live by this. If you don't, this 2019 year I gift you optimism. Everything I go cook and curry, with the assurance that life will always work itself out.
Jamaicans, here are the facts about NIDS. You will not go to prison for not having a national ID. You will not be denied access to public health services or your personal doctor. You will not be denied access to education. And we do not want your DNA or your banking information. Just like the national census, you can volunteer information, but you will not be forced to reveal your private business. You will have over 3 years to get the new ID, and it is free. Don't follow rumors. Get the facts at nidsfacts.com.
This next feature shows how the Jamaican and Japanese governments are partnering to improve the island's fire services.
We are the first in the region to be in possession of a vehicle of this magnitude.
For several years now, this has become a regular affair. The local government minister and the Japanese ambassador rubbing shoulders, testing new equipment and vehicles commissioned to the fire brigade. The cheerful and gleeful affair, a manifestation of several meetings and collaboration with one end goal.
The Jamaica Fire Brigade, as the first responder, must be in a position to respond when the needs arise.
I'd like to reiterate that the government of Japan is very pleased that this latest endeavor will have far-reaching social and economic benefits for the people and the government of Jamaica.
The relationship is decades old, since the Japanese government established bilateral relations with the island back in the 1960s. The Jamaica Fire Brigade is one entity that has benefited from the bilateral partnership. Since 2016, more than $10 million worth of command vehicles, ambulances, fire trucks, equipment, and other safety resources have been acquired for the local brigade.
And this kind of vehicle will place the Jamaica Fire Brigade in a much better position to be able to coordinate with the Jamaica Defense Force, the police, the Ministry of Health, and other agencies.
The donations have benefited fire stations in and outside of the corporate area. The servicemen and women of St. Elizabeth, Manchester, and Westmoreland have in recent years gotten well-needed resources. It is for several reasons the support from the Japanese government is appreciated. The fire brigade does more than extinguish fires. They assist the sick in cases of motor vehicle collisions, times of natural disasters, and public education on safety and security. Without assistance from the Japanese, the government would have to fund these expensive upgrades to the brigade with tax dollars. The collaboration with the Asian country has also provided for the restoration of fire hydrants. More than 900 were repaired, with over $13 million in grant funding from the government of Japan. It's the first step towards repairing more than 4,000 hydrants across Jamaica that have been marked for repair and servicing. Local firefighters have also traveled to Japan for fire prevention training. The now Caribbean Maritime University has also been gifted with 3 refurbished fire trucks and an ambulance to support its training programs. It has allowed the university to improve emergency response to the people of the vulnerable communities of Port Royal and Harbourview in East Kingston.
Our general expectation regarding the use of the 3 fire trucks and ambulance are that over time there should be a decrease in the numbers of disaster-related losses, the saving of precious lives, and mitigating the loss of properties of Jamaican people and business establishments.
We have to teach our people how to work together, and this is what these emergency vehicles will do.
The relationship between the Japanese government and the people of Jamaica goes beyond words. It is a gesture of good faith.
The Japanese and Jamaican governments partnering for an effective and responsive firefighting service.
This week on the board, the Jamaica Customs Agency hosts Customs Week 2019 from January 20 to 26 under the theme Smart Borders for Seamless Trade, Travel and Transport. The week's activities kick off on Sunday, January 20 with church services in Kingston and St. Andrew, St. James and St. Anne. Join them on Thursday, January 24 at 10 a.m. for the inaugural ICT Day to be held at the agency's head office in Kingston. Join in the activities as the JCA continues to put country above self. The Southeast Regional Health Authority will be conducting fogging exercises in several communities in upcoming weeks. Listen up, the schedule is as follows. For Kingston and St. Andrew, fogging will take place at schools and health centers within the Mountain View communities on January 20. St. Thomas, January 20 and 21 in the Seaforth community. January 23 to 25, 11 miles. Bowden, Roselle and Golden Shore, January 26 and 27. Phillips Avenue and Top Hill, January 28 and 29. And Nuts River Road and Needham Pen on January 30 and 31. St. Catherine, look out for the fogging crew in the Willowdene community on January 20, Winchester on January 21, and St. John's Heights on January 22. Fogging moves to Gregory Park, Hamilton Gardens, and Portmore Villas on January 23, Green Acres on January 24, and Orange Park Estate, Pleasant Farm, and Bushy Park on the 25th. On January 26, Belmont Park, Bayview, and Bridgeview. It continues January 27 at Red Ground and the Colbeck Housing Scheme. Then at Southborough on January 28, Point Hill January 29, Bridgeport January 30. And on January 31, the communities of Mount Diablo, Dawkins Bush, and Bermody. Do you have something to share on our notice board? Give us a call at 876-922-8690 or email cthomas@gis.gov.jm or kferguson@gis.gov.jm.
Look inside the drum. Those are the Aedes aegypti larvae, the one that causes dengue fever. If all of these larvae mature to be adults, and if the female larva bites someone with the dengue fever, it will acquire the dengue virus. And if that mosquito bites you, you will get it.
Dengue fever?
Yes. Help prevent the spread of dengue.
Clean up your home and community.
Destroy mosquito breeding sites. Protect yourself from mosquito bites. Prevent dengue fever.
Vector control activities are essential and effective in dealing with the threat of mosquito-borne diseases like dengue. And through the efforts of the Ministry of Health, at least one parish has seen a decline in the number of Aedes aegypti mosquitoes. Take a look.
Mosquito vector control in Trelawney, like many other parishes, is showing successful results. Through the Health Ministry's assault on the pesky insect, public awareness of the threat of mosquito-borne diseases is increasing. And the need to take preventative steps to avoid the unfortunate from happening is being reinforced.
The threats are many. It's not just the loss of life. That's the worst and the most extreme. It is the downtime from work, people missing work. It is the cost of medication. It is the pain and suffering to family members who suffer the pain from the ailment. So there are a list of negative consequences.
Trelawney has been experiencing marked decline in the Aedes aegypti mosquito population since the parish vector control team commenced executing the community health aid program in July 2018.
In terms of where we were even up until late last year, prior to coming on of this expanded mosquito program, we were in the middle 20%, that's Aedes index. All you have at an Aedes index is the number of houses inspected divided by the number that you'd have found breeding. As we speak, the index would have transformed.
Fallen.
Transformed dramatically. We are now at about 9.5%. That's the parish index as we speak.
10 full-time employees within the Ministry of Health's vector control unit in the parish have been facilitating the mosquito population decrease over the last few years. But supported by an additional 36 young persons engaged temporarily under the Community Health Aid Program for 3 months in the first instance, the team has been able to cast a much wider net on public enemy number one. This 4 times bigger team, forming an army of nearly 50 persons spread out across the parish, is providing information to residents, carrying out inspections, and giving advice on how to treat with water sources that act as mosquito breeding sites. They determine the population of the Aedes aegypti mosquitoes, treat and destroy breeding sites, and encourage residents to continue these preventative measures.
Our position in the ministry is that this is in fact the most effective way to deal with the threat of vector-borne diseases, and in this case, the Aedes aegypti population.
Everyone is being reminded of their personal responsibility to ensure their surroundings are void of the facilitators for mosquito breeding.
Most of our mosquito breeding sites are found in and around the homes. It is found in your backyard, it is found in your drums, in your tanks, in the used tires, in the old cans that you put down.
Where there's stored water or catchment from pipes or rainfall, mosquito breeding can take place. Storage containers must be properly sealed to prevent entry of mosquitoes.
You don't see anything breathing in here.
About 500 temporary workers support the permanent vector control staff in the Ministry of Health island-wide as they work to help persons protect their health.
It's not an easy job. You have to confront locked gates, bad dogs, unwelcoming citizens, the sun, the elements, the rain, and you still put up with all of that and carry out your jobs, and we really appreciate that.
But also that they have their part to play also, because when we would have educated, then for the maintenance, they're the one who are supposed to continue the preventative measures.
We think that this program to support the permanent staff is important, and we will continue that. We will train these temporary workers, so at the end of it, they have some additional training through heart, as we have done before.
If it is maintained, then surely we expect to maintain the percentage at 9 or below.
More life.
More memories.
More moments.
Jamaica Moves is a call to action to prevent non-communicable diseases. Get active, eat healthy. You can protect yourself from high blood pressure, obesity, asthma, certain cancer diseases, and more.
As the Ministry of Health continues to encourage increased physical activity and better nutrition, more organizations are jumping on the health train. Coming up, the Universal Church stages Ready, Set, Sweat.
The Uwimona Bowl came alive with Ready, Set, Sweat was organized by the Universal Church of the Kingdom of God to promote health and wellness, heeding the Ministry of Health's call for better nutrition and more active lifestyle. Members of the church and the wider public were invited to take part in the day's offerings.
We have a lot of things. We have Sagicor here doing a lot of tests, free of course. We have the Heart Foundation. We're doing the BMIs. Everything is going to be massive today.
It's all about movements, getting fit and staying healthy. But not only that, the UCKG organizers of the event partnered with the National Blood Transfusion Service, also known as the Blood Bank, to give back. Scores of persons turned out to give the gift of life, and Eagle Allen, blood donor organizer, couldn't be happier.
We at the National Blood Transfusion Service only meet about 50% of the demand. So any opportunity that presents itself that will better help Jamaicans, we welcome it. And we commend them on this for reaching out to us, and we hope that other entities follow suit.
Let's not forget the cheerful givers.
So is this your first time giving blood, and how was it?
No, it's not my first time, but it's a pleasure to help to save lives.
Why did you decide to give blood today?
Because I wanted to help others that needed it, because there's a lot of people that needed blood. If we just come together and just donate to others, then we can help the better society.
And if you think aerobics was the only form of exercise for the day, think again. Persons worked out on the bicycle, the treadmill, and check out the strength training, weightlifting, and even juggling football. It's said that Jamaicans are not getting the required amount of physical activity or nutrition in their daily routine to maintain healthy lives. Dion Keynes from the Ministry of Health shared some pointers.
Results of the screenings done here today, for example, the weight checks, the blood pressure checks, the blood sugar checks, those can reveal some very important things. And what it can indicate is that Jamaicans actually need to be more physically active. Just moderate exercise of 30 minutes or more per day can actually help to control your blood sugar and help to reduce your blood cholesterol and help you to control your weight better. So it reduces your risk of many diseases like heart disease, hypertension, or even some cancers. And I just want to urge persons to get checked, get their screenings done. If you cannot afford to see a private doctor, then use the services of the government health clinics.
And what of seeking medical advice via the internet?
The internet does offer a lot of information in regards to health issues. However, one has to make sure you do check reputable sites, and these information should not be used to make your own diagnosis and administer your own treatment. All persons are encouraged to seek the counsel of their medical doctor on all medical issues.
Beyond the various health checks, booths at Ready, Set, Sweat also offered hair care, wellness and fitness services. And for your closing advice,
don't pay attention to the body, which is the temple where your spirit resides. And we have a duty to protect it. And we protect the body by paying attention to what you put in your mouth. Because if you don't pay attention to that, you're going to be the richest man in the graveyard by drinking all these acid-forming foods.
Now remember, stay fit, keep healthy, and take it 1 pound at a time.
Keep we island clean, so clean. From the peaks to the beach, so clean. No dirty up Jamaica, please don't do it. Keep we island clean, so clean. From the peaks to the beach, so clean. No dirty up Jamaica, please don't do it.
No dash, no paper, no dash, no plastic. Dispose your garbage responsibly. No know how to recycle, learn it quick. And if you drop it, better pick up every piece of it. Plastics last forever, don't forget the bits. Cause when them touch the street, them end up in the sea. Collect pan the reef where they fish them feed. And when you want seafood, I eat your
Keep
eat.
we island clean, so clean. From the peaks to the beach, so clean. No dirty up Jamaica, please don't do it. No dirty up Jamaica, no dirty up Jamaica, no dirty up Jamaica, no dirty up Jamaica.
This concludes Jamaica Magazine for this Saturday. Thank you as always for watching. And remember that you can watch on demand on our website or on our YouTube channel. Also, like and share our Facebook, Twitter and Instagram pages. On behalf of the entire team here at the JIS, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Do take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.